All right, I always try to start out with something a little bit cute, and I found this. I have a joke file, by the way. Oh, so if anybody ever finds a cool joke, email me or bring it to me, okay? I'm actually going to put it on the email on the listserv, because I've gotten a few good ones from the other ministers. Okay, so this one is called Confession. Anybody ever covering Catholic here? Okay, oh, you'll understand this, okay. So in Ireland, a boy in his teens goes to see the Catholic priest for the rite of confession. Anybody of you ever confessed? Okay. So, bless me, Father, for I have sinned. I have been with a loose woman. The priest asks, is that you, little Tommy O'Shaughnessy? Oh, yes, Father, it is. And who was the woman you were with? Sure, I can't be telling you, Father. I don't want to ruin her reputation. Well, Tommy, I'm sure I'll find out sooner or later, so you might as well tell me now. Was it Brenda O'Malley? I'm sorry, Father, but I can't name her. Was it Kathy Morgan? My lips are sealed. Was it Fiona McDonald then? Please, Father, I cannot tell you. The priest sighs in frustration. You're a steadfast lad, Tommy O'Shaughnessy, and I admire that. But you sinned and you must atone. You cannot attend church for 4 weeks. Be off with you now. Tommy walks back to his pew. His friend Sean slides over and whispers, what did you get? Says Tommy, a month's vacation and 5 good leads. Yeah, right? Now think about that for a second, didn't you? Oh, well, I wanted to share today, I picked the talk title, and it's What We Believe, and I didn't know what was going to come through for us, but what happens is that in Science of Mind, we teach all of these principles, we teach spiritual principles, and they're fairly universal. So there was a gal that came around, I think 2 years ago, Laura Day. It was 2 years, wasn't it? I think, yeah, Karen, you were there?
I'm there.
And it's been a while. So anyway, I've got to give her a call, but she wrote a book called The Circle, How the Power of a Single Wish Can Change Your Life. But what I realized as I was driving up here is that that's our teaching symbol. So you all see that up there. And what that is this teaching symbol from the Science of Mind, and it tells us how to create what we desire in our lives. So Laura Day is talking about how if you put things within a circle, there's no beginning and no ending. And it's always a way to create alchemical. In other words, you're going to be able to create what you desire. And we do the same thing in Science of Mind. So what I wanted to do was compare that a little bit. But what she talks about initially in the circle, she says, you are an active part of the machinery that creates the world and its events. So she says there's no magic to miracles. We can encourage their occurrence by using our will to create a resonance in the universe that attracts sympathetic energies. And we all know that, right? And miracles prevent us from unmistakable glimpses of the circle. So what she's saying that when we create a circle, and I'm going to draw it up there in a moment, and I don't know if we need to move that. Should I just move it over, Rox?
I'll move it.
Probably. But what you do when you create a circle, and when we create the teaching symbol, we put what we did today. We put that what we desired in our lives, yes?
Yes.
And we put what we wanted on the circle, okay? So we create this beautiful way, and if someone could hand me the markers, please.
Oh, they're right there.
Oh, they're right?
Oh.
No, they're right there.
Oh,
I moved them.
which ones do you want?
I want the black, please.
Just black.
Yes, just the black, that would be great. Okay, so she's talking about how when we create a circle, we're all connected, we're always connected all the time. That when we're in a group together, we create a circle. And what I loved about this is that she also talked about how when we put our intention within the circle, then it's going to instantly manifest. And we talk about that, I know, right? Because our word has volition and our word has power. And when we put something put it in writing, we speak our word. We did that already this morning. We already spoke our word. we're in a circle within this sanctuary right now. We're already creating that energy and that resonance. She talks about how we are all one with the universe, which is exactly what Ernest Holmes teaches. And that's what we're going to talk about. So in this, we have, and I'm going to pop over to this side, and we have the teaching symbol. So here's the circle, all right? And what we normally do is we create a V like this, okay? Because this is our desires. So we're going to put down in here, we want to change something, all right? So for example, Roxy wants a house. So I'm just going to use that example. So she wants a house. She wants to change her current living condition, and she wants a house. We don't know what that's going to look like, but it's going to happen that when we put this in, it's going to start to work. Not only her subconscious mind, but it's going to work in the universe because we put this into it. So across here is, and if you look at the exact symbol, it's the same, okay? So this is our word. This is what we're putting into the circle. We're putting this into prayer. This is also our prayer treatment. So when we say God is all there is, this is God, okay? Right here, this is God. So the circle is God. So we're putting all of that into here. Now we're putting in, you know, I have the perfect home for me. So you would write in here, you know, we normally don't write it out, but I'm going to put it in here. I have the perfect home. And what we're doing is creating that to happen for ourselves. So as we put that into this area, it's into the universal mind. It's into that part that always, always, always is trying to, not trying, this is impersonal. It's where we can create anything we want. So what Laura Day talks about, she talks about putting into the circle whatever your desire is that we talked about this morning. Yeah? Y'all remember what you talked about? Okay. So what I did, I took copies of her circle, but I'm just equating it with the science of mind. So if somebody can help me pass these out, that would be lovely. And with that, you're going to put in your desire. Oh, and then if you could also, a pen, sorry, Diane, if you could, right there, it's right there in the little purple box. But what we're doing today, we're using the science of mind, but we're also using some current new ways of being. So as we do this, we're going to create something together. And by virtue of us being together in the same room, it's going to create that resonance. It's going to create that reality for us. And whenever we come into a classroom, whenever we come into a group, there's an energy, there's a vibration. So when you look at this, she talks about first, I make a wish and I write it down as if it's already happened, okay? And what we do and what we teach here is that we do affirmative affirmations, okay? So somebody said it today. Oh, Karen, yours was really great. So instead of saying, I want people, you know, I want people to be debt-free, whoops. I want people to be debt-free, and I can't remember what you said, so say yours again. I loved yours.
I said I wish for all people to have financial freedom so they could pursue their dreams and desires.
Okay, so I wish for all people to have financial freedom so they can pursue their
Dreams
and desires. Okay, but the key is financial freedom, okay? Instead of saying, I want to get rid of my debt. So instead she said, I have financial freedom. So that's a positive way to say this, right?
Yeah.
And as we do this, and she's saying all people. Wow, thank you, Karen.
Yes.
I love it.
Oneness.
Okay. And so they can pursue their dreams and desires. Okay? Dreams and desires. So how many of you like that one? Can you take that on? I know, isn't that great?
How about so that we have our dreams and desires, not just pursue them?
Well, you can change it however you want, whatever resonates with you, right? So it's like, so all people can have, they are now have, and you could put it in the present tense, now have, and they now have their dreams and desires manifest, okay? You can do it that way too. So as we do this, Roxy's is a perfect house. Mine was actually similar to Karen's. Because if people have financial freedom, then are they going to be more willing to help other people? Are they going to be able to help each other? And they're going to feel better about themselves. So if our vibration is higher, that's exactly what we do. So in that handout that I gave you, whoop, it fell down. All right. So it's to put down, you make a wish, and all she's really saying is you're going to create an affirmative statement. And because a wish, she said this perfectly in the book, it's not wishful thinking, it's that we're actually using the laws of the universe to make this happen. It's not wishful thinking. This stuff works. But what happens is that we get caught in our mind, and we get caught in the negativity. One of the things that she said, once you put this into the circle, once you create this, you give it over to the universe, which is impersonal. It will do whatever you want. It is like your magic genie, all right? And so when we put it in there, there's going to be things that are going to happen in your subconscious mind, and in your subconscious mind, you may have things show up that are buried deep down that are causing or blocking this not to manifest. Does that make sense to you? So a lot of times what happens, we'll be doing a prayer treatment in Science of Mind, or we'll be doing an exercise like this, and I am financially free, and then all of a sudden we get all these home repairs, or something will happen that will have us to really get present to it. It's going to be some way that you're going to have to really, really be with it. No, I believe it, I vision it, I see it. But what happens sometimes is that you will have the exact opposite come up. And that is the way that your subconscious mind will show you that there's some blocks and that you don't really believe it. So work it, keep working it, keep working it. And maybe it would be that you'd have to write another circle. And then that circle would be, I am ready, willing, and able to receive my good right now. Because if there's something in the subconscious mind that's blocking it, then how are you going to have what you desire? We can't. We've got to allow that old programming to bubble up. And, for some people, it bubbles up and they, oh my gosh, I don't know why I'm feeling this. It's been 20 years. It's been whatever it's been. Because there's something that needs to come up in order to free you, in order to release you, in order for that to manifest in your life. Does that make sense? Okay, you guys follow all this so far? Okay, so with this, I wish in the present and in the positive. So again, we went over that. So you're creating in this moment right here, right now, because this is the only moment. We can't go back to the past. We can't go to the future. We can only create from this moment right here. So I realized, a lot of the worry, what does our worry come from? Our worry comes from the past or regrets of things that we've done or worrying about the future. And I know that I've done it myself, and I go, okay, in this moment, is everything great? Yes, this is fantastic. I'm so happy I'm right here. So in the present, right here, right now. And my one deepest wish is happening now, and we have to believe that. But there's a part of our society, even when there's something that there's evidence that it works, there's evidence that it definitely will create and happen in your life. What happens is that we don't believe it because it's been programmed out of us not to create miracles. So I don't have a huge miracle, but I was talking to my mom and she said, I just want to share one little thing that happened, one little miracle. And I said, well, what was that? And this sounds silly, but for her it was huge. I want to know the name of the guy that lives 3 doors down, and I don't want to walk down there and ask him. I'm like, okay. So 2 days later in the mailbox, they leave keys if you have a package, right? And so they left the key and she opened it up and thought it was a package from one of her kids. And when she opened it up, she said, oh my gosh, this is the man that lives 3 doors down, and I now know what his name is. Isn't that incredible? And so she wakes up every morning and she says, I know that miracles are happening in my life. Here's the other thing, and this is what Raymond Charles Barker, Ernest Holmes, any of the teachers say. So if you have a health condition, all right, and I'm just using her as an example because she's 93, come on now. So she says, you know, I am not going to accept that my body is not functioning at 100%. So I am experimenting, and I love this, I'm experimenting with ways for me to be more vibrant and healthier. And so as she's doing it, she focuses on, she's had acid reflux for years, you know, and has a hiatal hernia. And she said, so I just decided that's not happening anymore. And so I take a food that usually aggravates me, and I bless it, and I know it's gonna feel great in my body. And I thought, she's using all this stuff, okay? And that's what we do. Now you can use it for bigger stuff, but come on, you know, most of the things in our lives is that we have these little things that irritate us, and we want to release them. So start with something little, you see that, and go, oh, I can actually have a huge big house, I love it. You know, but maybe it's going to be a gentle movement from a smaller place to maybe a bigger apartment, then a bigger, then a bigger, then a house. I don't know. I don't know how the universe is going to bring it. But it's all about us and what we can accept. The other thing that she talks about is that get real present to what we are able to receive. And haven't we been talking about this forever? And so as we do this, you know, you continue to affirm. You to continue to say, this is my new reality right here and right now. So she has a meditation that she uses in order to connect you into the universe. And I thought, well, this is kind of different. So I thought, well, why not? We can use it, right? So you're going to, she says to do this, and to enter the circle, you're going to enter into this area, you're going to enter into the God presence, and you're going to allow yourself to move into this creative energy. Are you ready? Okay, we're all going to do it. So what I'm going to have you do today, is everybody have a pen or a pencil that you can write? Okay, so what you're going to do is put down in that circle, what is your desire in an affirmative way? Karen has hers, Roxy has hers. What do you desire? What is your wish? What would you like to shift in your life? What do you want to create to happen? But you put in the present tense. I am now financially free. I am creating an abundance of health in my life. Or I am attracting the perfect partner in my life. Maybe that's going to be one of them for you. Or I have abundant love and connection in my current relationship. Get what I'm saying? So whatever it is you want, it's something that you want to enhance, you want to make it more, or you want to have something totally different that you've been concerned about. So for a lot of people, they want financial freedom, don't they? For a lot of people, they want perfect health. And that's how it's going to work. So people that are watching this at home, go ahead, take a piece of paper, draw a circle, write that into the middle of the circle, because that's all they have that they're doing right now. And you put that in the center. So as you're doing that, and as you're entering into the circle, so notice your energy, and notice how you feel. So take a moment, connect into that energy of joy, love, excitement. Allow yourself to be fully aware of the atoms of which you are made. So what are we made of? We're made of energy. And she's talking quantum physics. She really is. As you breathe, become each atom within you. So just gently think about that. You are now connected. The electric atoms of feeling, the magnetic atoms of intuition, the living atoms of physical being, become the perception of all these atoms, moving, relating, and affecting one another. Feel and see, experience yourself as these atoms. Allow yourself to become aware of the patterns of flow among all of your atoms. Notice their movement, their dance, and the patterns and programs that they contain. Billions of atoms are working together within your being, each one changing, moving, and shifting from one moment to the next. Each atom knows exactly what to do. Each atom's inner program directs its being and its interactions with every other atom around it. The order of your atom's movements is patterned by you, your ancestors, and nature, from the habits and beliefs absorbed and modified by each generation right down to your very DNA. In the circle, you are creating new patterns, a new program of your own conscious choosing. Your being will support your new reality as your new reality will support your being. Use your breath, and let's take a breath right now, just deep breath, and then let it go. Use your breath to diffuse the illusion of your solid body. Now notice the space between the atoms and your being. Allow your breath to fill these spaces and breathe into the space. From these spaces, your breath fills every atom of your being. From your breath, you're ready yourself to enter a new reality of your own creation. As your energy becomes programmed with the energy of your new reality, notice how your energy affects the energy of the air around you. Notice that every atom of air now moves and responds to your new reality, as if your new reality were part of the air's internal program. As you breathe and allow your new reality to be embodied with you by the air around you, allow the energy of your new reality to radiate outward until you feel it embodied by every being, every structure, and every event in the universe. Notice the energy of the universe and the energy of your new reality as one. Embody along with every atom of the universe the new reality that embodies all. Know that you will consciously embody your new reality in every moment of every day as the world embodies it around you. And use your breath. When you breathe, just start to be present and think about that new reality and know that it's coming into your very being each and every moment. Again, become aware of all the atoms that move together to make you. Allow each of these atoms to embody your new reality. As you embody your new reality, extend your awareness to the atoms of the air around you. As you breathe in, allow yourself to become aware of how these atoms make contact with the surface of your skin, with the inside of your nose and lungs. With these atoms come in contact with you, they absorb the elements of your new reality and they change. As you breathe out, notice how this contact expands with your exhalation. Your thoughts, your breath, the charge of your emotions and being all expand. As you expand the breath of your being, you expand your awareness of and your effect on the world around you. Allow yourself to experience your wish coming true, your new reality with all your senses. What does life look like in your new reality? What does it smell like, taste like, and sound like? How do you think, feel, respond now that your new reality is in your life? Now be present. Your wish has come true. You are now your wish, your new reality with all your senses. You have programmed each atom of your being, even the spaces between your atoms, with your new reality. With every breath you take, allow your wish to become more and more real. Vision it, see it in your mind's eye. Allow all your senses to perceive it. As you experience your new reality, allow yourself to feel your connection, your oneness, with every other atom in the universe. Allow yourself to feel responding to your new change and embodying your new reality with you. It is now being created by every atom, every being, every event, and every energy in the universe. Know that as I co-create your reality with you, you are co-creating my new reality with me. So let's come back to this moment. And the name of this book, by the way, it's not in current print, but you can get it used. It's called Laura Day the Circle, How the Power of a Single Wish Can Change Your Life. And that meditation is really a way for us to tap into the universe, for us to be able to embody this and create more in our lives. So how do you feel after just being with that and knowing and tapping into the universal mind? And that's all we're doing here. We're creating it. We're putting it into the universe. We're saying, I'm one with the universe. I accept it. I claim it. I know that it's going to happen for me. And then what happens in what we show in Science of Mind is that here is where the manifestation is, right down here, okay, in that area. And so it'll come into form. One gal that I was teaching a class, she said, you know, it's kind of like a frosting, you know, a little frosting tube. You put in your desire into the tube, and then you go to decorate the cake, and then you get a beautiful cake down here. So here's the frosting, goes into the universe, and here's your beautiful cake. Do you like that? So it's a simple way of saying it, and then you're going, oh yeah, I'm going to put that energy, I'm going to create all the ingredients, put it into that little frosting tube, and then I'm going to have it happen, which is fantastic. So that's how I wanted to equate this with us, because as we learn this, as we continue to embody it, you know why people have the same life over and over and over again? Because they don't make a conscious change, and they don't write down their desires. How many of you write down every day what you want? And really go into it? We don't. We just don't. That's what we do it here, because we're going to create it to happen for ourselves here. And as we create that reality for ourselves, everything shifts and everything is moving. And I realized for myself, I'm stuck in some certain thinking and ways of being. And when we get stuck like that, the universe is what? Responding. It resonates to whatever we're thinking about. So if you want to change, like, oh, I have a bad knee, or my hips are horrible and I can't walk well, whatever it is, then we've got to start thinking and changing. And it's not magical thinking, it's thinking that will create that energy of the universe to support us and to have us have anything we desire. So you ready for it?
Yeah.
Do you want to create that? So use this as a tool, use this as a way to put it in next to your, when you meditate, put it on your, if you have altars, okay? And create it and make it a ritual in your life. What are your rituals? Do you know what your rituals are? I have a cup of tea every morning and a piece of toast. That's a ritual. Or I take a walk around the neighborhood. That's a ritual for me. And it's that simple. So if you put this into your rituals, if you create it in your life, because there's certain things you do every single day, am I right? Mm-hmm. And every single day, you brush your teeth at a certain time, or you do whatever these are. And it's creating a good habit, a good ritual to do this and to create this, and we can have it. And it's gorgeous. So I love it because all she's pretty much teaching is science of mind. She's teaching that what we have right now, we can have this and something more. We can always have more in our life. We can always create what we don't want. We become aware of it, and then we pray out of it, or we create a circle and then allow the divine to take care of the details. Do you like it? It's good. So any questions, anybody, about any of this? You got it? Yeah? Simple? All right, I love it. So with that, let's do a declaration and know that it's all done. And I'm going to use it out of course, Joel's book. And because he says how to speak promises over your life. So, I love this quote. God can do in a split second what might otherwise take you many years. Oh, do you love that? Yeah. Okay, so let me find the one that, okay. So we can use this one because it goes along with what we're doing today. Okay, so I'm holding the book, but you can put your hands up and declare it. I declare that God has a great plan for my life. So repeat it after me.
I declare that God has a great plan for my life.
God is directing my steps, and even though I may not always understand how, and God is directing my steps
God is directing my steps.
And even though I may not always understand how,
And even though I may not always understand how,
I know my situation is not a surprise to God.
I know my situation is not a surprise to God.
God works out every detail to my advantage.
God works out every detail to my advantage.
And in perfect timing, everything will turn out right.
And in perfect timing, everything will turn out right.
This is my declaration.
This is my declaration.
And so
So
it
it
is.
is.
All right.
All right.
So thank you, everybody. And with that, we have another song, but it's from Ojai. We're going to move the board. So he's not covered up.
Here's an old song that some of you probably know, and I'm going to just kind of be as articulate as I can because these words are, there's a lot of words and they are